When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. Septum Sin versus the world. Septum Sin versus the world. Septum Sin versus the world. Septum Sin versus the world.
I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching Septum Sin vs. the World. I'm Septum Sin, this is Kotobuki Jake,
Right?
and we're here to show you what they got.
Yes.
So, I'm going to be moving this list over here so that we can see it a little bit better.
Okay.
In any case, we've got some interesting stuff this week, but no Gundam.
Oh.
But we will show you what is coming out right now.
Solid summer night sky got me feeling high. Your love is like a remedy, your body feeling right. Missing lips I've never kissed, I just need a taste. Hooked on you and addict, I can't let you slip away. Take me in, take me down, I wanna feel your love right now. Take me in, take me down, I wanna feel your love right now. Take me in, take me down, I wanna feel your love right now. Your love is your love tonight, tonight. Now all I need is your love tonight. Lost in the day. Kiss me till we take off. Let's leave without a trace. Slip into the bathroom stall. Your hands on my waist. We can hide out in here till the night fades away. Take me in, take me down. I wanna feel your love right now. Take me in, take me down. I wanna feel your love right now. Take me in, take me down. I wanna feel your love right now. Your love is your love tonight, tonight. Now all I need is your love tonight, tonight. All I need is your love tonight, tonight. Now all I
Alright, well, I'm just going to start us off real
Okay.
quick. Wonder Woman Bloodlines. I am trying to dedicate myself to completing all of the DC and Marvel stuff. Actually, I really want to get all superhero stuff if I can help it. So, if it's superhero, except for Teen Titans Go, I will probably want to put it on here because it is something I'm going to want. And Wonder Woman, and DC has a good record for their animation team, and this looks like it's going to be a fun one.
Except, I guess, for Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, well, Teen Titans Go is...
Kind of sad that you single that out, but not Catwoman or...
Well, Catwoman
something
is
like-
what it is, but Teen Titans is like, for an audience, it's 10. I'm a little bit older than 10 these days, by a couple of years.
Just a couple. Anyway. So, no Gundam, but apparently, I believe most of the Gundam sets have been released partly due to Bandai, right?
Yeah.
Bandai shuttered their North American operations, but they're still putting out a few fancy sets for foreign consumption. And apparently they put one together this week that's pretty freaking awesome. and that is the Love Live 9th Anniversary Forever Edition, First Press Limited Edition.
And it's looking good. I mean, it really is.
You said it was seasons 1 and 2 in the movie?
Yeah, it's basically
right.
it's the NIS releases. Unfortunately, no Sunshine, but it also has character songs as well as a lot of the main stuff that was used in this thing. It is a pretty nice set, but the price tag.
I have the Bandai release. I have the official Japanese Bandai release of the movie, and it does come with a soundtrack that has 2 songs, I think, which was kind of a jip. I was hoping it would have all of the songs. I don't know how many songs are in this collection, but if it has character songs in addition to, it's probably going to be a lot of songs.
Well, for a price tag of $479, it better.
Now, I will say this. You got one of those Gundam sets.
Yes.
And from the look of the movie that I have, the movie collection I have, NIS did some beautiful Love Live sets. But that movie I have is pretty damn cool looking too. I have 2 collector's editions. They're both cool. And if Bandai put even that amount of effort in, but like multiplied it because of all the extra stuff, it might be, I mean, if you're going to pay what people pay for Aniplex, I think you're getting a better deal here than you would from Aniplex.
Well, I mean...
But it's still pricey.
Aniplex kind of puts together a fairly cheap product for what they charge you. I mean, if they were charging, say, Funimation prices, which is still pretty expensive...
Or even NIS prices. I mean,
even NIS prices. And
they were cheaper. So.
Another one which is a big one, I do have a copy, and but... If I did not, I would definitely want this release because it's a Blu-ray, not 4K, but just a Blu-ray release of A Man for All Seasons, which is an excellent film.
It is.
I have my one of my Best Picture collections, which is back against the wall here, and it is an excellent collection, which is why I won't be adding it. But if I did not have it, I would definitely be adding this to my collection.
Now, I have to admit, given the age of the film, I wonder how good the Blu-ray will look. But I am on a drive to reduce and condense, and I have a regular DVD copy. So a Blu-ray might be good. But A Man for All Seasons, Robert Shaw starring movie, other than Jaws, is probably his most iconic movie. I guess The Sting, arguably. And it won Best Picture in how many other Oscars? It won several, I think.
I mean, and if they had an original reel to work with and some of the stuff, they could have cleaned it up really well. I mean, look at that Errol Flynn movie, the Robin Hood movie, how well they did that in Blu-ray.
That was black and white, and I kind of wonder if that's not... It depends on the film stock, too. And,
that is true.
A lot of factors. But A Man for All Seasons, check it out, definitely. And along those same levels of quality...
You got some really quality ones.
Well, no, I couldn't quite follow through that thought. Not quite that same level of quality, but we're getting a Blu-ray re-release this week of a pair of films, the first of which was good, stupid fun, and I loved it. The second one I have, but I have not seen yet. I'm talking, of course, about the Charlie's Angels movies. The first one, 2000?
It's been a while. I know
Full Throttle came 3 or 4 years later. Full Throttle got kind of reamed by the critics when it came out, but I don't know. I just haven't seen it yet. But, of course, it stars as the titular Angels. You got Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, and Drew Barrymore. And you have Bill Murray as Bosley, who's kind of their go-between with Charlie. And it's a great, laconic role for Murray. He just plays it. And all 3 of the girls do a good job. And the film is notable as one of the only things with Tom Green involved that doesn't automatically suck. Crispin Glover, Tim Curry. I mean, the first film was good fun. And not Crispin Glover, Crispin Freeman. Wait, which one's the VA and which one's the actor? I'm getting them mixed up.
Crispin Freeman
Glover
is the voice actor.
Yeah, so Glover. I was right the first time. I think they call him in the movie Creepy Thin Man, which is pretty much, it could be his nickname.
Yeah.
But like I said, they're good fun. I don't think this is the first Blu-ray release, but they're getting another. And if you don't have them, check them out. Good times.
So one that I need to get, but I'm not getting anytime soon. Actually, I think I'm going to just keep watching the news, and when they're getting ready to go out of print, that's when my back will be to the wall.
Speaking of Aniplex?
Yeah, because some of these have gone out of print, but I do own the ones that are out of print, which is the Fate Stay Night General World. Aniplex is putting out most of it, except for that one series that's being released by Sentai, the kind of side series.
Well, the original Fate Stay Night they released, and they also did.
Those are people who have the rights to release that one.
Yeah.
So there's multiple releases of the original series, which is pretty decent.
And then there was the movie Unlimited Blade Works,
Yeah.
which Sentai also released. And then I think you're thinking of the series.
Collider,
Of
whatever.
Well, there's like a series of
Yeah.
Unlimited Blade Works. And
That one, no, I'm talking about the Sentai, the series, the side
oh,
series.
the Fate Ilia,
Yeah.
whatever, some long title. I can't remember.
See,
it.
2 seasons are owned by Sentai to release, and then the 3rd season's owned by Funimation. But they're right now only doing it through streaming right now. And but Aniplex pretty much is releasing most of the rest. FateZero is out of print, and they're very expensive. So another expensive series, Fate Extra Last Encore, is getting a release. I've got to get a hold of this eventually. As I say, I'll be waiting until they start to get out of print, or they get a massive sale on them. I have like 3 movies and I think I've got Fate Apocrypha, and I think I've got this one, and maybe one other, and then I think I've caught up. But that's like $1,000 worth of stuff right there. Yeah, that's Aniplex prices for you.
I've seen Fate Stay Night, I've seen Unlimited Blade Works, the movie, and I've seen the first episode of FateZero, which I believe was a double episode.
Yeah.
And it's a fascinating franchise. It's very interesting, but it's not worth the price tag.
If you can track down FateZero cheap, I got the DVD set because they were not great, but reasonably priced. That's actually, to me, one of the best ones out of the group. Unlimited Blade Works is a retelling of the original series, but I really like the original.
But it goes in a different direction.
Yeah, I like all of them, and I'm talking the series, not the movie. But yeah, it's worth checking out just a little bit. You can get the original series relatively cheap. All right.
Who wants to check it out? Well, speaking of relatively sprawling franchises, one that I'm not sure I would necessarily have guessed at the get-go would become as big a franchise as it has is the Strike Witches franchise. I lucked out and got a really freaking awesome price on the Season 2 art box with Season 2.
Oh.
And I got a really good price on Season 1, which fits into that art box. So I have a really cool collector's edition of the first series, but I do not yet have the movie, and I do not yet have this week's release, which I believe is an Essentials release.
Yes.
So for Funimation's Essentials line, the either spin-off or sequel, I don't remember which. I think it's a spin-off series called Brave Witches. So the basic gist of the franchise is you have, in the weird tradition of making anything and everything into cute high school girls, they basically have girls who, they're witches, have the ability to fly and engage in aerial combat. They are modeled after actual historical fighter jets and planes. And they're named accordingly. In the first series, there's a character named Charlotte Lindbergh, if I remember correctly. She is Charles Lindbergh. There are a lot of characters who have that kind of no, not Lindbergh, Yeager. Yes, Charlotte Yeager is Chuck Yeager's counterpart. Not that they necessarily are exactly like their host, but it's, if you're really into planes and war trivia and aeronautics and whatever, it actually could be a really fun series to geek out over, because they really do go into there's a lot of good detail for plane nerds there, but there's a reason why Funimation's tagline says "Winning the War on Pants." It's not exactly a safe-for-work series. The outfits the witches wear are not exactly... they don't really explain the reason for them. So there's a lot of fan service, a lot of fan service. But I really enjoyed Strike Witches. I thought it was fun, and I'll definitely look forward to this one. And if you are into the series already, definitely get the new one. I'm kind of tempted to say it is maybe an essential, but if you're turned off by fan service, maybe give it a miss. But
it's on my list because I've got everything else. Speaking of ones I've got on my list because I've got everything else, Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Arrow of Orion is releasing. I think it is a continuation of the main story. So, but don't hold me to that.
That one just got released, didn't it?
It's getting
like a season or two ago.
Yeah, I mean it's not that. At the third season, I think official season is just just released not too long ago, and I haven't watched an episode of it yet, but from what I've heard, it's the typical by the numbers fantasy / RPG series with slight ecchi elements, and shonen elements. So, not one I'm really in a hurry to see or get. I'm sure I'll pick it up on sale in the future. It's Sentai.
Does that one have a limited edition set?
Not that I've seen under the releases that Right Stuff has out for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I had the really cool fancy set for the first season, but I don't know that they've really been keeping up with those.
Yeah, I think they've been just releasing most of them as normal.
Yeah. So, the last one, we saved the best for last.
Better than the original. In every way.
So, this year, Disney went kind of batshit crazy with releasing live-action remakes of their animated offerings. We've already seen releases of Dumbo and Aladdin, and this week we see The Lion King. Which, I'm not sure you can really call it a live-action remake, considering that it's pretty much all CGI.
It's all CG.
But, tomato, right? I actually saw this film, and it does some things very well. There were a few things that I thought were handled better than they were the first go-round. And there were a lot of things that weren't. They butchered Be Prepared, which is like one of the great villain songs of all time. And
that's the one that kind of has the Nazi...
yes, the Nazi march and all that stuff. But just Jeremy Irons, just with that low guttural... It's just such a good song. It's such a good villain song. And... in this film, they went in a totally different direction. They had Chiwetel Ejiofor plays Scar, and it's a great interpretation of Scar, but it's so... I'm kind of glad they went in a different direction, because you can't really copy the original, but it's different. And for someone like me that kind of grew up with the original, it'll never be the same. If you've never, if you live under a rock and you've never seen the original, give it a look. You might enjoy it.
There's a growing populace that's never seen the originals and looks at these as the originals.
I know. I encountered that firsthand the other night at the teen thing we did with the library. We did Teen Masquerade Ball, and I was doing anime and cartoon trivia. And one of the questions my colleague put to the kids was, who voiced Genie in Aladdin? And I heard several of them say Will Smith while they were discussing it. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, no. They all answered Robin Williams, but they didn't all. They had to get there in some cases.
Give it 10 years.
Yes. Oh man.
I'm waiting until Disney decides. I said this before. Once they finish them all, 10 years later, they're going to make animated versions of all the live actions all over again.
Right. Well, I could easily see them at least doing that for the ones that don't have it yet, like Maleficent and some of those kind of films. Yeah.
You've seen the thing for Lady and the Tramp, right? The trailers.
When are they going to do an animated version of the Apple Dumpling Gang?
I want to see an animated version of what was it? Black Hole. That was a good movie.
Okay.
You could do that. That was pretty cool. Disney had some pretty decent live action films back in the day. Well,
yep.
But them's the breaks. And we hope you've enjoyed this video. Of course, click like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you on the next one.
Bye.